Glasses? No glasses? I don't know what I'm saying because I can't even see myself. Anyway, why am I tearing up? Okay, so I hope this audio is good because I'm just recording with my phone and nothing else. It's exactly 1 year since I started my locs journey, Sisterlocs or microlocs journey. Well, not 1 year. 1 year, 2 days today. I wanted to make this video on the 1 year anniversary, but I miscalculated and I thought it was a different day than it was. So today is 1 year, 2 days since I've had my locs, and so far so good. But but I wanted to make this video especially because I've had people ask me questions about my hair, and I also just wanted to make a video. So yeah, it's been 1 year, and I think it's the first time I haven't done anything to my hair for 1 year apart from getting reties. I haven't done braids. Well, I think I put on a wig once, I think at the beginning of the year or somewhere in the middle of the year. I wanted to talk about, I think, 2 things. The first thing is the regrets. Also, hopefully this video can help you if you're looking to start your locs journey. I think that's mostly why I wanted to make the video, and I also wanted to make private YouTube videos. I have my phone here to help me to remember some of the points I made. I said I was going to talk about. I don't know why I'm tearing up. So, regrets. The first thing would be sizing. The size of the locs. I do love my locs. It's great. I get so many compliments. But the thing with sizing is, and this is just my own theories about my hair, so it might not be true for everyone, or not everyone might agree. People might have different thoughts, but this is solely based on what I have seen with my hair, and also what I've noticed online as I've done research about my hair. You have to be very careful about sizing. The first con with these sizes I have is getting different stylists to retie your hair. I have 575 locs when I first installed. That's a lot. I really I did a bit of research, but I was a bit on the fence with what I really wanted to get. And so even though I had done my research and saw some videos online about what I wanted, when I still went into the salon, I was still a bit, like, am I getting a smaller locs? So I left it to the stylist, and she gave me, it's not all on her because I also wanted tiny locs, but then, yes, I remember when I was finished, I was like, these locs are very tiny, but then I love them. But then what happens is that I've only gone to the same place to get my reties because there are a lot. And so I have a feeling that if I go to a different place, they're going to complain about the number of locs I have. I know outside the country, there are people that don't take locs beyond a certain number, like maybe 400 or 500. So I know that if I travel, for instance, it's probably going to be hard to get locticians that will take me, and because I have so many locs. So that's the first con with getting different people to do your hair. And also, if you don't take care, you get stylists who are going to combine your locs, because it's like, because if you go to the same place that they installed your locs, they're going to at least try and maintain the integrity of the grids, because otherwise, if they do any shortcuts, you're going to know they did it. So they're going to at least try and stick to the grid. The grid is like the lines in the hair. So so changing stylists is going to be an issue if the locs are too tiny. The other thing with the sizing is locs as a tension based style. every time you get reties, you're putting tension on your scalp. The same way you get braids and get tension on your hair, you still have the same feeling about when you do your reties, because you still pull the hair and then retie the bottom. So imagine this, if when you shed hair, for instance, if you get braids and you shed hair, when you comb it out, all of it, the shed hair comes out. So the issue with getting tiny locks is if you shed hair a lot, or let's say if you get pregnant and you go through postpartum hair shed, or maybe you're going through a lot of stress in your shedding hair, if your locks are too tiny, you can actually lose strands. Because think about it this way. For instance, you have, let's say I have this lock, right? This tiny one, right? This one. Every time I go and do a retie, they retie the bottom. So if I shed a lot of hair strands in this particular lock, let's say I lose let's say 10 strands of hair. The base of this lock, if it loses so many strands in the roots, might cause you to lose this whole lock because the base is not that thick. I don't know if I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. So if your lock is too tiny and you shed hair a lot, you can lose the entire lock because there isn't enough base to support the hair. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's the best way I can explain it. So depending on how your scalp or your hair grows, getting tiny locks might not be the thing for you, because if they are too tiny, like I said, if you're shedding hair, you can actually shed actual strands of your locks because there's not enough base to support your hair. I hope that makes sense. So now my hair is fine actually, but the parameters of my hair, I hope parameters means the hairline and around it, it's not that strong. So even if I want to put a style in, for instance, I'm afraid because while the crown of my hair is thick and I don't shed, I easily shed hair on my hairline. So if I put in braids, I might lose the strands of locks on my hairline. Because even now, I still have some bald patches. It's not bald patches because I've always had the hair on my hairline has always been thinner than my crown. I hope that's the name, the crown. So now I really want to put like a braids in, but I'm afraid because when I do put the braids in, I might lose my hairline entirely. The second regret I have, okay, I think the third. The first was the number of braids, the number of locks I got. The second was the sizing. The other thing is prep before getting the locks. I started my lock journey with twist. So, and that was the best decision I would have made. And I'm happy that I did that because I am super tender-headed. And if you've seen the interlocking process online or anywhere, it's literally them going through like a loop until, so it's a lot of pulling. And so I'm thankful that I started my locks journey with twist, because that's just, you twist it and that's it. But if I'd gone through the route where they're doing the loop, the entire, is it shaft of the hair, I don't think I would have been able to, because even when I had my twist, they had to interlock the roots and it was painful. So I don't know how people sit through like 300 Sisterlocs, 300 locks, just going through that interlocking process. I couldn't have handled it. So I'm happy that I did twist. And I said I was going to mention the con of the twist. It's going to unravel. It's going to unravel. It's going to unravel. It's stressful because it's like every time it unravels and you're retwisting, you're thinking, when is my hair going to lock? Because like it keeps unraveling. So that's the con with getting your hair and starting your lock journey with twist. And the thing with interlocking is it can also unravel. So they'll give you instructions about what you should do so you don't destroy your locks, because it will unravel. And that's the annoying part about starting your lock journey with twist. Imagine you are 8 months into your lock journey and you still have hair that is unraveling. It's very, very annoying. So I think I'm going to go back to the prep thing. I wish I had gotten a trim before I started my locks, because the thing is, once you put the locks in or you start the locks, for instance, my hair is not even, and that's because I started the locks. I didn't get a trim. So if I wish I had gotten like a trim, a nice trim, and had my hair even before I start the lock. My ends are curly and I love it, but at some point I have to probably get a trim because my hair is not even. So if I'd gotten a trim, then I never would have to maybe like get trims, maybe much later on when the full hair is locked. But right now, most of my ends are curly, and I might have to at some point now, rather than the future, trim it because it's very uneven. So I wish I had gotten a good trim before I put the locks in or before I started my lock journey. Okay, and I think the third thing is I wish I had started sooner. You know, when I wanted to do the locks, there were so many opinions out there. Some said it would be painful, some said you will lose your hair, some said you lose your hairline and all that. So sometimes I'll make my mind to do it and I'll change my mind. I'll make my mind to do it and I'll change my mind. Until one day I decided, because I'm super tender-headed. So getting braids was painful. Getting any style in was painful. So I'm like, it's either these locks or I'm going to chop my hair, because there's no way forward. I'm not enjoying my hair. Like, my hair was such a huge part of decision making, and I didn't want my hair to be such a thing. It's just hair. So I wish I had even done it sooner than I did. You know, that's just the one regret I had. It's not a regret, but then I wish I had done it sooner. Then I would have saved myself all those times where I'd go to the salon and I was so unhappy about the services I was getting. So I don't have, in that sense, I wish I had gotten it way sooner. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to share about my hair. With the pros, I mean, it's uncountable. I'm free. I don't put anything in my hair. I don't put anything in my hair. It's just water when it's extremely dry. Nothing. I just wash my hair with a shampoo and that's it. I don't put anything. I don't put leave-in. I don't put anything in my hair. It could be, you don't have to do the same thing. Your hair might be different, but for me, it's just water. And the water is once in a while. I put water in once in a while. And I just use the shampoo. The shampoo I use is the shampoo I got from the place I got my locks. But I think you can use pretty much any shampoo. And every now and then, when there's so much build-up on my scalp, I'll put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I use is it a Brags or bags? If I find the video, I might put it up. But yes, I think a Brags or Brag. I put just a little bit in a spray bottle and add a lot of water and just spray it on my scalp. And then I just massage it in, and then I wash my hair after. That's when I feel like I have a lot of build-up on my scalp. But I feel like if I was washing my hair often, then I wouldn't have so much build-up. But I get lazy, so sometimes I go weeks without washing my hair. So yes, that's what I do. But it's just water sometimes. And then I get my retwist every 4 weeks, every 4 or 5 weeks. Yes, and that's just pretty much. I think I'll share some lessons. Please do your research. Do your research. Do your research. I'm telling you again, do your research. Because the funny thing with locks, which is so strange, is that no two locks look the same. You might even have the same hair texture with someone and get locks and your hair will look the same. You might have fine hair and you do locks and then your hair is thick. So yes, you can have inspiration for what you want your locks to look like, but please be mindful that your locks might not look like that, because your hair texture is the same and locks are very diverse. Depending on how your hair grows and how your texture is, it might look very different. So please do your research. And also, don't take a back seat. When you go to the salon, speak up. Examine your hair. Say how your hair is doing. Because sometimes, even the place I got my locks, there are days where I have to speak up. Because there were times when I was noticing some holes in some of the locks with the interlocking methods. And so I spoke up, So please speak up. And just don't go sit in the chair and have them do the thing with your hair and you just get up and go. Be looking at your scalp. Take strands of your hair. Look at it. Are they doing a good job? Also, remind them to be gentle with your hair. Because what I do is when I go to get my interlocks, I tell them that when it looks like you can put it in another loop, please leave it alone. When I'm done with my hair, I don't want to feel any tension on my scalp. So please remind them to always be gentle and don't make your reties too tight. Otherwise, you lose your hair. So finally, I got my locks at Enam's place. How come I've forgotten the name? Enam's place. Yes, the branch I go to is at Legon Main Hall. But if you put it in the Google Maps, it will show you. So you'll be able to find it. So even though that's where I go and that's probably where I'll keep going, the girls there are lovely. Just speak up. If you see something, say something. If something doesn't seem right, please say something and be present in your lock journey. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm officially 1 year, 2 days. And so far so good. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. I'm actually going to get my hair interlocked today. Once I get my interlocking done, I'll share a video so you can see what it looks like when it's interlocked. I just recorded a whole 3-minute talking video and my camera was the other way around. So yes, I just finished my retie. It took about 2 hours 30 minutes. Yes, normally it takes like 3 hours at most. Sometimes there was a day that I spent 1.5 hours. So it really depends on how many people you have doing your hair. Half of the time I rather 2, at most 3, because if there are 4 people, sometimes the pulling and tagging is a bit too much for me. So often I prefer 2 people, even though I have to sit down for a longer period. I think one other thing I forgot to say is you have to trust the process in this lock journey. If you're somebody that you're obsessed with your hair looking neat, looking sleek, then maybe that journey is not the one for you. It could be for you, but you have to understand that the lock process takes time. There's the budding stage, it gets frizzy, it gets this. If you are obsessed with it being neat, then you're probably going to want to maybe trim, because if you trim your hair when you're locking your hair, you're trimming all the hairs that is going to help mat and then create the lock, because locked hair is really matted hair, so if you go trimming it because you want it to look smooth, then you might not have your hair journey might be a bit different, or you might end up damaging your hair. So yes, and today at the salon I actually saw a lady that had really nice locks, and her locks were tinier than my own, and it looked healthy and her hairline looked fine. So I guess, like I said before, if you really want to do it, just make sure you're choosing a sizing that really suits your hair, so that you just don't choose because somebody has this type of hair, so that you don't lose your hair. I don't feel any tension on my scalp, but that's also mostly because I remind them to not make it tight. Some of these hairstylists, even when you're telling them don't want it to be tight, they're still ending up making the hairstyle tight. And the truth of the matter is, if you're going in there and every time getting all these tight hairstyles, you're probably going to experience some hair loss. So make sure you keep reminding them, don't make it tight. People say locks is painful. It's not true. It's painful because the reties are too tight. So just remind them so they keep it, so they don't make it too tight. So this is exactly what my hair looks like after 1 year, 2 days. And so far, I'm really happy with my journey. So just remember, trust the process. Trust the process. Once you start your lock journey, just leave your hair alone. I haven't done anything to my hair for 1 year. All I've done is reties. And I just put water in my hair sometimes when it's dry. I used to put water every day. But then I learned that is not good. So I just spritz water in once in a while. And for most times, it's just my dry hair. And I just shampoo and nothing else. No leaving it. Especially in the first year or a year and a half of your journey. I hope this video is helpful. I hope I covered everything that I'm supposed to cover. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.